Some ancient discoveries were supposed to answer history's biggest questions. Instead, they created even darker ones. We're counting down 10 mysteries that have defied every attempt at explanation, from structures no civilization should have built, to artifacts centuries ahead of their time, to texts no one alive can read, starting at number 10 with a legend that launched 1,000 expeditions. In the 10th place, Atlantis stands as the most enduring archaeological ghost story. The entire legend comes from 2 dialogues written by Plato around 360 BCE. Those dialogues are Timaeus and Critias, in which he describes a powerful island civilization swallowed by the sea in a single night. No ancient inscription, no archaeological site, and not a single artifact has ever confirmed the existence of Atlantis. For centuries, explorers have searched for ruins beneath the waves, from the volcanic wreckage of Santorini to the lost cities of the Atlantic, hoping to match Plato's description. Yet historians argue that Plato intended Atlantis as a cautionary tale, a philosophical allegory about pride and downfall, not a historical account. Despite this, the myth has fueled countless expeditions and inspired generations to hunt for proof. The tension between story and evidence sets Atlantis apart, a city that dominates imaginations without leaving a single physical trace. Its power lies not in what was found, but in what remains missing. Number 9. Göbekli Tepe rises from the Anatolian plateau as a riddle carved in stone. Discovered by a shepherd in 1994 and excavated under Klaus Schmidt, the site reveals massive T-shaped pillars arranged in concentric circles, some weighing up to 20 tons, and they date back to the 10th millennium BCE. Charcoal samples embedded in the sediment confirm this sanctuary was built thousands of years before the first domesticated wheat or permanent villages appeared nearby. The pillars are covered with reliefs of wild animals, lions, boars, and vultures, yet no traces of daily life. No hearths, no houses, and no burial grounds have ever been found. Mainstream archaeologists interpret Göbekli Tepe as a ritual gathering place, a temple where scattered hunter-gatherer bands united in ceremonies that may have sparked the birth of organized religion. Some fringe theories claim the site's geometric layout and intricate carvings hint at lost knowledge or even forgotten technology, but no evidence of advanced tools has surfaced. What remains is a monument that forces a reckoning with the timeline of civilization, leaving the social structure, purpose, and beliefs of its builders veiled in mystery. 8th place, the pyramids of Giza rise from the desert as the most iconic monuments of the ancient world, yet their secrets remain far from exhausted. Built around 2580 BCE, the Great Pyramid and its neighbors were once the centerpiece of a sprawling complex, their smooth limestone faces gleaming under the Egyptian sun. Decades of excavation have revealed a planned workers' village, bakeries, and medical facilities, pointing to a highly organized labor force, not slaves, but skilled artisans and builders under state control. Quarry records and copper tools confirm the logistics behind moving millions of limestone blocks. Still, the true methods for raising and positioning stones of such size remain debated. In 2017, cosmic ray tomography revealed a vast, hidden void above the Grand Gallery of Khufu's pyramid, a space untouched for over 4 millennia, its purpose unknown. While mainstream archaeology dismisses ancient alien theories. The existence of unexplored chambers keeps the mystery alive. Even the best mapped monument on Earth holds a darkness at its core, hinting that the story of Giza is not yet complete. Number 7. The Antikythera Mechanism surfaced from the depths of a shipwreck in 1901, its corroded bronze fragments barely hinting at the marvel inside. Dating to around 80 to 50 BCE, this Hellenistic device is often called the world's first analog computer. Advanced X-ray tomography has revealed an intricate system of 30 interlocking gears, all hand-cut with a precision that defies expectations for its era. The mechanism could track lunar phases, predict eclipses, and model planetary movements. These functions were thought impossible until the rise of medieval clockwork 1,000 years later. Scholars have spent decades decoding its shattered remains, piecing together its astronomical functions, yet the full algorithm remains elusive. No other example has ever been found. Some propose it was the product of a lost workshop in ancient Greece, a lone spark of genius whose secrets vanished at sea. Others argue it hints at a broader, undocumented tradition of ancient engineering, but with only one specimen, its origins and true capabilities are lost in corrosion and conjecture. A miniature enigma as profound as any monument, its silence raising more questions than it answers. Number 6. The Nazca Lines stretch across the Peruvian desert as a haunting message carved into the earth. Spanning more than 500 square kilometers, these geoglyphs, over 800 straight lines, 300 geometric shapes, and dozens of animal figures were etched between 500 BCE and 500 CE. Their true scale only becomes clear from the air, where hummingbirds, monkeys, and spirals emerge from the pale desert floor. Optically stimulated luminescence dating confirms their age, while the arid climate has preserved them for centuries. German mathematician Maria Reiche spent decades mapping the lines, arguing they formed a vast astronomical calendar. Mainstream archaeologists see ritual pathways or water-related symbolism, rooted in the Nazca culture's struggle to survive in a harsh landscape. Yet the sheer precision and monumental scale have inspired wilder theories, runways for alien visitors, coded messages to the sky. No definitive purpose has ever been proven. The Nazca Lines remain a silent panorama, their meaning as elusive as the desert horizon. In the 5th place, the tomb of Qin Shi Huang lies untouched beneath a vast earthen mound outside Xi'an, guarded by an army of more than 8,000 life-sized terracotta warriors. Discovered by farmers in 1974, the burial complex stunned the world with its scale and the haunting realism of its clay soldiers, horses, and chariots, all arranged to protect China's first emperor in the afterlife. Yet, the heart of the tomb remains sealed. Ancient records describe rivers of liquid mercury, jeweled ceilings, and a miniature empire laid out underground. Recent soil surveys have detected unusually high mercury concentrations around the mound, hinting that some legends may hold truth. Remote sensing reveals a sprawling, undisturbed chamber at the core, but Chinese authorities refuse to excavate, citing the risk of irreversible damage to artifacts and the toxic threat of mercury vapor. The world's greatest imperial tomb remains a forbidden vault, its secrets preserved by both ancient engineering and modern restraint. Number 4. The Voynich manuscript remains the most confounding text in the history of cryptography. Discovered by Wilfrid Voynich in 1912, this 240-page codex is written on calfskin vellum and radiocarbon dated to between 1404 and 1438 CE. Every page is filled with looping glyphs and bizarre botanical illustrations, yet the language, dubbed Voynichese, resists all attempts at translation. Statistical analysis reveals structured word patterns and entropy levels matching natural languages, ruling out pure gibberish. Decades of linguistic, mathematical, and computational scrutiny have failed to yield a single deciphered phrase. Some propose it encodes the lost knowledge of a medieval sect, while others suggest an elaborate hoax crafted to deceive or amuse. Yet no evidence of forgery has emerged, and the text's internal consistency defies random invention. Without a bilingual key, the manuscript remains a sealed vault of meaning, a book whose very existence challenges the limits of human understanding. Coming to the top 3, the Longyu Caves plunge into darkness beneath the hills of Zhejiang, China. Discovered by villagers draining a pond in 1992, these hand-carved chambers stretch over 30 meters long and reach heights of up to 20 meters. Yet not a single ancient text records their creation. More than 20 caverns have been mapped, each hewn with eerily uniform parallel grooves, as if shaped by an invisible workforce following a lost blueprint. Surveys reveal a labyrinth of pillars and corridors, but searches through imperial archives yield only silence. Attempts to date the caves with thermoluminescence and optically stimulated luminescence return conflicting results, ranging from 2,000 to 8,000 years old, deepening the chronological fog. No tools, no debris, and no evidence of habitation have surfaced. Some propose they were ancient granaries, ritual spaces, or even the remnants of a forgotten engineering feat. Others suggest a vanished dynasty whose records were wiped from history. With no consensus and no clear purpose, the Longyu Caves remain an architectural blackout, a monument to human effort, swallowed by time and secrecy, waiting for a breakthrough that may never come. Number 2. The Baghdad Battery sits in a museum case, yet its potential threatens to upend the story of ancient technology. In 1938, Wilhelm Koenig catalogued a clay jar from Parthian-era Iraq, sealed with bitumen and containing a copper cylinder wrapped around an iron rod. No inscription explains its purpose, just the silent evidence of careful assembly. When researchers filled replicas with vinegar or grape juice, the jars produced a faint electric current, enough to move a needle or light a low-voltage bulb. Laboratory tests confirm this effect, but the current is too weak for known electroplating or industrial use. No wires, no tools, no written accounts of electricity have ever surfaced from the site. Some propose a ritual or medicinal function. Others argue these were simply storage vessels, their components misinterpreted by modern eyes. The absence of corroborating artifacts leaves the question open. If intentional, the Baghdad Battery would rewrite the origins of electrochemistry. If not, it remains a cautionary tale about projecting modern science onto the ancient world. And finally, in first place, the stone spheres of Costa Rica stand as silent witnesses to a vanished world. Scattered across the Diquís Delta, more than 300 perfectly rounded spheres, some reaching 2 meters in diameter, were carved from solid granodiorite and basalt with a precision that defies modern replication. Archaeological surveys have traced their origins to local quarries, revealing a mastery of stone shaping and transport by the ancient Dikis culture. Yet, the sphere's original alignments were shattered in the 20th century when banana plantations uprooted them from ceremonial sites and scattered them across gardens and city squares. Efforts to map their former placements show patterns that might once have marked social boundaries or mapped the heavens, but with so many spheres displaced, their true purpose is lost. No tools, no inscriptions, no clear ritual debris remain, only the haunting perfection of their form. In the end, the stone spheres embody the deepest wound in archaeology. When the evidence is moved, the meaning vanishes. Maybe the past is not lost. Maybe it was buried on purpose. Across these 10 mysteries, one chilling pattern emerges. The deeper we dig, the more our understanding unravels. Each discovery challenges the timeline and limits of human civilization. Some answers remain just out of reach. Maybe the past is not lost. Maybe it was buried on purpose.